Hi, it's Philip from Perry Bishop. Last week we had our second best sales week of the entire year in August. So what's going on in the property market? Well, if we go back to the start of the year, we were quite busy in January and February. March happened with Trump and Iran and all the US volatility. And whilst everyone thought that was going to be short-lived, or certainly Mr. Trump thought that would be short-lived, that went on for quite a long time and is clearly still ongoing. So we've had increased mortgage rates, we've had uncertainty, and that's definitely slowed the market. And sales have come down by about 20% year on year. But in affordability and all the data that we look at, we think that's okay. But it's just sentiment and confidence in the market has definitely been knocked with some of the worldwide events. August, though, as I say, last week was our second best sales week of the whole year. So what's all that about? It's unusually busy, busier than we'd expected to see in August. But life keeps happening. If you need a bigger house or a smaller house, that doesn't tend to go away. And I think what we're seeing is people have been sat on their hands watching the market for a while, and now they're saying, actually, we need to get on with it and make things happen. And then looking forward to the autumn, there's always a lift in the market in the autumn. So normally that happens through September after the summer holidays. We then normally sell more houses in October and November than any other time of the year. And buyer demand, we've checked over the last few weeks, buyer demand has lifted by about 5% compared to where we'd normally be. And I think that's taking up some of the slack from earlier in the year. So we're expecting a busier autumn, probably a busier end to the year than we started. But for sellers, the key is you've got to price carefully and sensibly and price to entice, because there's a lot more on the market than there was 10 years ago, even a year ago. But, 10 years ago, we had about the same number of properties that we have today, and it's an all-time high. So sellers need to take that into account, and therefore buyers can be fairly uncompromising on their criteria. But price correctly, present the house well, ensure it's marketed well and properly, and you'll have a really successful move. As I say, we're expecting a busy autumn, and if you are looking to move and you need some help or support, you know where we are. All the best.